So you guys had a bunch of questions for me. Let's get into it. What was the inspiration for this book? Well, the Heike Monogatari, which is what the Book of Fallen Leaves is based on, is a foundational piece of Japanese literature. I grew up with the story. I grew up hearing of the epic war and like deeds and the conquest and the tragedy of all these characters. And now that I'm a writer myself, I wanted to find a way to bring that story into the world of present day epic fantasy writing. Did I find that certain characters were easier to write than others? Yes, I definitely did. Sen and Rui are the two main characters of the book, and every time I got to one of their chapters, it felt like coming home. They're really the heartbeat of the whole story, especially Rui, and Sen is kind of the foundation for the whole tale. So every time I went to them, every time I found myself in their shoes, I felt like I was coming home. What drew me to set my novel in a world inspired by feudal Japan? Two things. One is my own family history. I'm from a samurai family, and I've loved learning my own family history. At the same time, the story that this book is based on is one of the most epic tales, and I grew up with it. So now that I'm writing my own story, I wanted to find a way to be able to bring my culture and my history and my family's history into the fictional worlds that I create as a way to pay tribute to the place where I come from. What scene is my favorite, and did I always think it would be my favorite? I don't want to get too deep into spoilers here, but there is a scene. There's actually two scenes with Sen and Rui that are kind of mirrors of each other. One happens in the beginning of the book and one happens towards the end of the book that kind of started the whole story in a way. It had been in my mind for a very long time before I even knew what the project was going to be. Can I share some teasers for what's coming next? Oh, okay, so I'll say this. If book one is about how they get caught up in this war and the war begins, book two is the war itself. The barrier between the earth and the world of the gods is growing thin, and things are starting to happen. What was the first scene I wrote? They are in the woods together, kind of talking about the ways that their world has changed and what they're going to do about it, and trying to figure out who they are as friends in the midst of chaos, honestly. What authors inspired me to become a writer? There are so many. Okay, off the top of my head, I'll try to limit it to like 4 or 5. Tolkien, obviously. John Banville. Kazuo Ishiguro. And then more recently, Guy Gavriel Kay and Hilary Mantel.